Alright, so what's going on, motorcycle enthusiast? It's your boy Selassie on good old Stella 2014 Yamaha R6. Today's vlog, I'm pretty much just going to talk about the modifications and everything since day one of buying Stella. It's crazy because me and Yash got our bikes at the same time. Oh, and they're made in the same month, same year, same bike. What's up, girlies? And I started out bone freaking stock. This guy, we already talked about his bike. We want to get into his power commanders and shit, but mine was bone stock, which was cool because that means I got to customize my bike the way that I want to. I'm not saying it's... Damn, look at that, missed a gear. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to buy shit with modifications already on it, but... Whoa, grass! But yeah, so bone stock. Starting out in Stella, I really didn't have the money to like put into straight performance until recently, thank God. But I started out with simple things like changing the levers, the hand grips. I think the levers and the hand grips and gloves were like the first thing I bought besides like a fucking helmet. Oh yeah, I'll get into that. So I'm gonna try to make a video one day because I'm probably gonna end up replacing these and getting new ones. Just because when my bike got hit, it kind of messed up this side. As you can see, I got electrical tape on the grip. But so yeah, I'm gonna do a tutorial on that later. Got these, then I paid for these little grips right here on the gas tank. Then go over this. Which when you guys do this, make sure if you go to eBay or Amazon, just make sure when you get the product to make sure it fits your bike before you like take off stickers or anything like that, because they have a problem with doing that. And I've experienced it a couple times where they say it's for my bike, but it's really not. But anyways, simple modifications like that is fairly cheap. I think I spent close to like 80 bucks the first week just putting, you know, accessories on it. And then the next thing I looked at was the air filter, which was cheapest cheapest air modification you can do to your bike. This is, you know, and K&N is definitely the brand you want to go with. I have that on my Instagram too if you want to go check out my Instagram. I just had to do that. They say I'm always bullying cars, damn it. I can't help it. If a nigga go by me flying, I'm gonna, you know, it's just instinct. Anyways, so back to what I was saying about modifications. The air filter K&N is definitely what you want to go with because it has a lifetime warranty for the simple fact that you can wash it off and reuse it. So if you ever end up buying a bike and you don't know if you need an air filter or not, it's not hard to take off the gas tank. I probably should do a tutorial on that and actually clean my air filter just so you guys can see how to take apart the 2014 R6. And you know, it makes me mad when I go on YouTube and I'm looking up bikes and I'm like, hey, what's everything I can do to my bike, and try to Google or YouTube it, and nobody sticks with their video, so you never really see the turnout. You only see like maybe one video and then you gotta go look at somebody else's just to see what they did. But I would love to see a bike follow all the way through, so I'm gonna give that to you guys. Unfortunately, I did a lot of modifications before receiving or before buying the mic for my GoPro. Kind of did that ass backwards, I guess, didn't I? So after the air filter, I decided to get a shorty, and I bought that off Amazon for like 60 bucks. Took my stock exhaust off, which wasn't hard at all. It's really like 4 screws, and that's about it. So I put that on, and you know, I guess with the catalytic converter, it's gonna sound the best it can sound, because there's no baffle or anything in it. It's just straight pipe. So if you want sound and you have your catalytic converter and you just bought your bike, then that's what you do. Now if you want more performance out of it and you're not worried about sound, you're definitely going to want to go with like a Yoshimura SE project. I would pronounce the one, but I can't. I'm not even going to destroy that name. So yeah, you're going to want to go with that if you want more performance out of it. I watched a couple YouTube tutorials about, you know, whether having a pipe or not a pipe affects the performance of the bike. To me, hold on. To me, it affected the performance a lot, because since my bike had no mapping for fuel or flash, ECU flash, you know, there's nothing to fix the gas airflow and none of that. So it had a really bad engine brake, and we'll get into that later on. So I got that. The shorty fell off. I don't know where it was at. I don't know where, on the highway, whatever. The shorty fell off, and then I had no exhaust. And now this is where the engine brake came in. So having the shorty, there was some engine braking, yes. Without the shorty, there was a lot. Granted, I think with these O2 sensors and the computers in the new bikes, they have a tendency of learning. So it had really bad engine braking for a while. I put my stock pipe right back on, just kept the valve open, and the engine braking went away. I mean, like, tremendously. It felt like a whole new bike. And then after that, I went into a painting spree. I painted this and these. I had them off at first because I wasn't going to put a passenger on my bike, but then I thought, like, ooh, it looks good gold, and I can hang my flag, Rastafari. But that was the next thing. That's really cheap. You just unscrew it and paint it and put it back on. Paint's only like, what, 10 bucks for a good one. And if you're gonna do anything on your bike as far as paint, make sure it's high temperature, because these bad boys get hot. Unless you got your ECU flash like me and got your fan on below 212, that shit's gonna be running hot. Next thing, I went and made the big jump and bought headers and a mid pipe. I got that off eBay. Man, it took me a while to find a good deal, honestly, because that shit is not cheap. Shit is not cheap by any means at all. So I found one for like $260, and the best part about the deal was when it's coming out of the block, it's the stock standard size, I think. Whoa. People are just so careless around here. But no, let me catch up. But so yeah, so like I said, coming out of the block, it has the stock size headers, and then it beefs up. Most mid pipes end out at like 51 millimeters, and you know, I could be wrong, and if I am, you guys can comment all you want. But mine go into that from the headers all the way into the mid pipe, so it's just mad airflow, which gives my bike a unique sound that's really freaking low. And why I say that and how I found that out is because Yash got a mid pipe on his, and his was the stock sizing all the way up to the from the headers to the pipe, and his has a higher pitched tone than what mine does. And honestly, going into it, I didn't know it was going to be like that, so it's really cool. It helped our bikes have different personalities, especially there's so many R6s around, to be honest, and trying to separate yourself from everybody else is, you know, what you try to do, at least what I do. I don't like being like everybody else. So I got that advantage, and then I got the SE Project. I knew that bad boy was gonna just, you know, I watched so many videos, and you know, you can get the voodoo if you want to like freaking be real loud, the megaphone, the shorty, you know, you got all these other pipes that'll do the sound. But as far as having performance and sound, SE Project I think is the best as it comes to it, and it's short too, so you know, I don't really like long pipes, which honestly they say longer pipes are actually better for the bike. I'm actually at the E6 shop, so we're gonna have to continue this in a minute. Be back. So guys, this is what I was talking about as far as muffler sound. See his piping right here? I gotta get real close to that shit. Okay, now check this out. See that bad boy in there? Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Oh, I just cut off my Cena. And then that's the tone. So, I guess it's all about airflows. It's all about airflow as far as, I guess, the sound of your bike. And if you do have an aftermarket exhaust, then you just take out the baffle. That's really it. So yeah, I got the SE Project. I was watching mad videos. You know, everybody, you know, the compilation of like everybody revving their fucking bikes, and you know, you listen, which is really hard to judge because phones and cameras don't really capture certain frequencies that the bike gives off. So you know, it sounds good sometimes, but you never know. But from watching all the videos, all the pros, SE Project seemed to be like just the best thing to get, to be honest. What was I gonna say? So after getting the mid pipe, I got my pipe, and then I went to V Cycle Nut. He is like super well known across all the forums for flashing motorcycles. And you know, I watched a couple videos, and one guy was saying like he couldn't do sit down wheelies on his R6 before the flash. Like it took a lot of work. He said once he got a flash, he was able to get it up real simple, and I was like, man, I want that. And you know, you go to the guys around here, and everybody wants to charge $500, which granted, you get the dyno. And if you don't know what a dyno is, hold on one second. I gotta stop eating candy, man. It's bad for your teeth. If you don't know what a dyno is, pretty much they put your bike up on a machine, run through all the gears, pretty much see the ratios, see the numbers of, you know, the speed, RPM wise, the fueling that's going into it, the throttle percentage, all that stuff. And of course you get that, and it's tuned specifically to your bike. Awesome. But I didn't want to spend that type of money, just be honest with you. And I looked up all the ways to do it, and this seemed to be the best way to go. I mean, the guy's been doing it for like freaking 30 years, and I'm pretty sure by now he's mastered the way of not being there, but being there for your bike. He asks you several questions as far as when you want your fan to turn on, what modifications you have done, because the last thing you want to do is flash your bike and you have no modifications, and your fueling and everything is going to be jacked up because it's geared for that. And the ECU is pretty much the brains of the whole bike. Holy shit. Alright, so the ECU is the whole brains of the bike. If you have a track bike, now that's a whole different story. When you get your ECU flashed, you know, you could turn things off like your blinkers, your speedometer, to where it's just purely nothing but clutch and go. You know what I'm saying? You can get that, but since I ride this and commute this every day, that's one of the things I wanted him to leave. Rev limiter gone. I think it's like 40% of your throttle now. Let's see what else. I'm sure there's a bunch of things I'm gonna remember. There's like a whole freaking list. But he's gonna ask you all the stuff that you want to do to that you've done to your bike and what you want done on your ECU. You send it out to him. Priority. It gets to him in like a day, man. Like, no joke. I swear I went Friday, he got it Saturday, and then shipped it out Saturday. Like, that's how fast this man works, and it's crazy. Like, I mean, I can only imagine the system that he has and how, you know, he's been doing this. But it was that fast. The only bad thing was, since the hurricane happened, the next day was Sunday, my shit got pushed. So I had to wait an extra day, which drove me crazy because I was like 4 days without a bike. I didn't go like over 60 miles per hour. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. This shit's like a drug, man. I gotta go. Tripping out. I'm all over my social medias, tweaking. But so I finally get it, and soon as I get on the bike, it's a hell of a difference, man. I mean, I'm not even talking like a little bit. The throttle, it took me actually a couple days to actually want to do a wheelie because I was scared of the throttle. I'm gonna be honest with you. With the mid pipe and the ECU flash, it's just so much more airflow and power that's running through the bike. So, you know, it's a huge difference, especially in torque in the first and second gear. That's our coach over there where we got our bikes, or our license. Oh yeah, to the print shop. Oh, straight ahead. So yeah, I've noticed an immediate difference. So if you definitely wanna upgrade your bike to another whole nother level, you're definitely gonna want to get your ECU flash. You're gonna make it right up here, bro. Whoa, stiff arm that motherfucker. Alright, we're gonna turn right here into this parking lot and then make it right. So yeah, huge difference. If you want your bike to run and perform better, it's definitely good to get your ECU flashed. Other than that, that's really about it, all I've done to my bike. I feel like I'm not going to change up the sprocket and chain, or well, I'm definitely going to change the chain, but sprocket and gearing, just for the simple fact, I feel like Yamaha got it right, man. To be honest, I feel like there's a mid-ground, and the mid-ground is what they gave you when you got your bike, as far as having the torque and top end. Because, you know, if you go you know, up on the back, yeah, you definitely got more torque. But if you're racing somebody that's on a liter bike or a 750, my dude, you're getting left pretty fast. That's if you're racing. Most people that go back up in the back definitely are just stunting. Now going up in the front, again, if you're racing a liter bike, they have a lot more horsepower, and they're gonna get you on that front speed, and most likely they're gonna get you on top end just for the simple fact that they're a 750 or a liter bike, so they're gonna be running in 180, 190 range. So I feel like Yamaha did it right the first time, and I'm gonna just leave it that way. I'm hitting 172 right now pretty consistently. User error is a reason why I feel like I haven't hit 180 yet, but who knows, we'll get there. I'm gonna be back here in a minute, guys. What's up, guys? We are back. I think where I left off was the exhaust. My next and last thing was this little GoPro buddy right here, for when I put a whooping on people, I can see them from behind. You know, I'm an underdog, so I'm allowed to talk shit. It'd be different if I was on a liter bike. I can't really talk shit that much because, you know, I'm sure the H2 would just run down on me. You know what I mean? So, like, me being a 600, I'm allowed to talk shit because, yeah, you guys can beat me. So what? I'm still considered the leader eater, motherfucker. I don't think anybody can shift like me. Look at that motherfucker. Alright, so we gotta hit the U-turn and go to Moto Liberty. Shout out to Moto Liberty. I am doing a gas pipe poker run October 13th on a Saturday, and you know, they really didn't I guess this is the first, oh shit, this is the first idea. I know, right? What the hell am I doing? This is the first time that, you know, gas pipe is taking any ideas as far as hold on, besides what they haven't done already in the last, I don't know, since 1970. So she didn't want to put too much money behind it because she didn't know how well it was going to work out. So you know me, if you don't know me, I'm gonna push that shit, and I'm gonna go call people, and I'm gonna find out how to make things work. So what I did was I called Moto Liberty and asked them if they wanted to be a part of the poker run, that I would advertise for them, put their name on the flyer, and agreed that on one of the next rides that we do to make her store a stop. And she gave me a $50 gift card to put towards the poker run. So shout out to Moto Liberty, thank you so much for that. I think it's a family owned organization, so that's definitely cool to get hometown love and support. If you guys don't know where that's at, you can Google search it. That was such a dick lead up. I'm just sorry, I had to. But no, seriously, it's off 635. You can exit, I want to say Walnut, because it's in a weird spot. You can exit Walnut, make a left, take the service road, and it's going to be on the right hand side by Josie Records. Obviously you're riding with me, so you're going to see where it's at. So yeah, that's happening right now, and that's about it, man. That's the rundown on my bike. Besides the LED system, I don't really feel like that's nothing too much anybody really cares about. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of people compliment me and then ask me if I can hook their stuff up too, so I probably should take that back. The LED system is really not that hard to hook up. You got your power, a negative, a little box, and then like an octopus split off. From there you can just wire it up. If you want to get like super technical, you can take your fairings off. If you want to be like kind of lazy with it, you can tuck a lot of your wires and run them. Of course, you can't hide everything, so you know, some places it's gonna stick out. It literally takes about an hour for cleanup, you know, taking fairings off, all that type of stuff. I did a fairing job on Yash's bike by taking his stuff off. It really didn't take that long at all, and it really wasn't that hard to put back together. If you're an organized person, I shouldn't say it's not that hard. My advantage is I have photographic memory. Oh shit, hold on. My advantage is I have photographic memory, and like I look at something and then I just remember what it looked like. So I was able to put it back together somewhat easy. But I seen a life hack from a guy, and I'm sorry guy, if you see this, happen to just scroll by my shit. I didn't steal it. I'm trying to shout you out. I'm gonna have to find it in my history. But get a piece of, you know, tear off a piece of your box and trace it out and put the screws in the box. It was genius. I've never heard that or seen that before. So I don't know how well that would work for your fairings, but if you at least put the pops, the pop lock things back inside the holes and the screws back inside the holes, then you shouldn't have a problem knowing what goes where. What else? Other than that, that shit is simple as hell. Oh, another modification that I totally forgot about. My blinkers. So since I have a fender eliminator, I put blinkers on these. That's the reason why I put these back up here. I forgot. So what I did was take my blinker wires that were in my tail and pretty much soldered them together, and now I have blinkers there. Sorry, I had to. I'm the man. No, I'm just kidding. Yosh doesn't like speeding. I wish I had cruise control. That would have been so fucking cool, man. I'm so jealous of Jordan with his cruise control. Aprilia. I gotta stop saying really, seriously. Fucking dumbass. Anyways, that's it for my modifications on my bike. I lied. Tank grips right here. Tank sliders, whatever you want to call them. And I'm gonna put all the stuff inside the description box because I'm horrible at remembering names, and I can't shout them out, and that's horrible of me to be a vlogger and not, you know, shout out the people I'm talking about. Well, look at that. Okay, well, you guys are watching. Yeah, there's no way to yeah, it does that. There's no driveway for that area. So you see what we got, what we had to do. If not, you just go up the road to there's a motel right there. You just make it right there and then you come back around. That's it. Yeah, man, that is it. Seriously, this time, that's it. I promise.